Power flows to the one who knows how. Desire alone is not enough. Freedom is the right of all sentient beings. Megatron must be stopped, no matter the cost. Autobots, roll out! We cannot let the humans pay for our mistakes. Autobots! Reap the whirlwind! One shall stand, one shall fall.
Hello!
Hello! Hello!
How's it going, guys? Welcome to Thursday. We got a full house. Yeah. And I have the tiniest mug in the world.
Oh, but it's a Transformers
I know,
mug.
it's a little Transformers
cute.
mug, but it's so small. It's like a child's cup.
It's good for espresso.
A large espresso.
Yeah.
The kind of espressos that Giannis drinks. Hey, what's up, guys? It is Thursday.
Yeah.
We have one new face. You know
Hello.
Josh. You know Giannis. You do not yet know Darren. Darren, who are you?
I am an IT engineer for Space 8 Games. I joined last week working with Nick. I've been working quite closely with Deborah doing some streams for the Varsity University lectures. And
True.
I am an all-round gaming geek. So it's a good fit for me, really.
It was.
Yeah.
And you'll be pleased to know that I know how much you guys love when we do the dialogue. But see, Darren doesn't even need the dialogue to tell really, really dull stories. Not that the dialogue is dull, but the way we deliver it is.
My stories are the best stories.
Now, Darren tells me stories about ordering showers and the soles of his shoes. And what have you got for us today, Darren?
Oh, hang on.
He did say there was going to be a story.
I'll have a think. No, I don't have any stories for you today.
Really?
I can tell you an embarrassing story that my friend did at university if you want.
Okay, is it PG?
It's PG.
Yeah.
He has some pretty embarrassing stories. So he used to live off omelettes. He's going to hate me. It's a good job he's not watching this.
How do you know? He might be.
Because he's not a gamer. And at university he used to live off omelettes. So we told him that he should cook a Spanish omelette one day. And he's like, how'd you do that? So, oh, you just make the omelette normally and you put it under the grill.
Uh-huh.
And he put the oven on, or the grill on, and rather than putting the frying pan under them, he just poured it onto the grill and it just fell through.
No. What?
Yeah, he's an idiot. So yeah, that's kind of...
Wow, that's embarrassing. And now when you say
And
your
also
friend, was
really
it you?
boring story.
It wasn't me.
Anyway, I feel like it might have been.
It wasn't me.
Anyway, so yeah, we thought we would regale you guys with these super thrilling stories that I am privy to every day. And I just wanted to share this gift.
Just make him feel good right from the start about joining and tuning in. Yeah, definitely.
Exactly.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
No, hey, you told me to say it.
No,
I did say
it. It's good.
So today we are, of course, in the last week of our event with Warpath and Skull Smasher, so that'll be cool. It's called Lost and Found, so we'll go through that. And then you may be wondering, why is this stream called Sweet 16? And I'm sure you're not wondering because you know it's because of HQ 16.
Yeah.
So yeah, Giannis is going to give you a debrief of HQ 16.
Yeah, we'll try to see if we can fit everything in, all the details and stuff. If not, then we'll just carry on some of it for next week.
We'll carry on
it's
next
gonna be
week. It should be good. Excuse me. But before that, let's say hi to some people. So, Darren, do you want to say hi to some people on Twitch? You can look at them there.
There they are.
Hey, Primetime 1969, how you doing? You see that dirty spot? Thank you. It was a good story. I told you.
Oh, don't encourage him.
You're now my
You don't have to be
favourite
here the rest of
person.
the time.
You're my favourite person on Twitch so far. Hey everybody, basically. Yeah. I'll tell you another good story at the end of the chat.
Oh, something to look forward to. Watch it just go down to 0. I'm kidding. I'm sure we'll get a boost in viewers now. Hello also to Herzog Vile and Scourge and Skywarp and Pappy Blez. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
And Grim Weasel, that's a good one. The Desert Moon. Hi to Alvin CG, how's it going? Jyoda and Lady X. Speaking of ladies, I'll show you guys a photo in a bit. Gats Custom, the Booster Bot. Oh, that's that. You know that bright green, and like I can't read it. JS Cafidi, I think.
That's good effort. Good effort. Noble effort.
Yeah, who you got, Josh?
I got Timda. Hello, Timda. I have noticed you. Hello to Ian Riley and Omar Acuna and Corey Shaw. Prime 81. We got Ethan Wisman. Or Weissman, I don't know. But either way, welcome Ethan. Welcome to Kenny Lindenberger, to Light Dragoon, not Dragon, Dragoon.
Good to know.
Sun Tzu Psyops, that's a lot of things together. Lead Pipe 05, Sharksea 920, Melanie Gear, and hello to Waifu Lover. Hello to Carrie Jones. Did I say Carrie Jones already? Well, if I did, hello again. Hello to, yeah, hello to, I'm seeing the same people, so say hello to somebody else on Twitch.
Now go on Facebook, I guess.
Yeah.
Hello, like Corey Speaks, John L. Moore, Joshua Huggart, Ari Bernstein, and Robert Ross, and Jamie Howie.
All right. Welcome aboard, everybody.
Yes.
Thanks for joining in.
Julius Luke Victoria, your name is not too long. Howard Choi, I saw you in there as well. Always nice to have you. So yeah, without further ado, why don't we hop into the game, because I think we've got quite a bit to cover. So
Yeah,
let's
what do
do
we want
that.
to show first? Do we want to talk about the event?
Yeah, let's finish the event.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do the
It's
event.
coming up.
And then we'll come back, switch over devices, and then we'll hop into HQ16.
Yeah, all right. What event do we have coming up? Oh, yes,
You're like,
Lost
I
and
don't
Found. Just remembering, it's Lost and Found coming up. So Lost and Found is going to be an Alliance totalizer.
Yeah.
And it's going to be 60 prestiges.
So it's a usual format, it's like 60 prestiges with crystal as the end reward, where it gives you a chance to get Warpath and Scoutmaster, like a 4-star, 2-star, or a 3-star version of him.
That's right. So this is your shot to get Warpath and Skull Smasher in this event. It's pretty cool. I know we did a leaderboard event for the.
We did 2 leaderboards in a row, so we thought like that's a bit too much.
Mm-hmm.
Like if it wasn't like for Skylinks, because he's such a cool character, we probably would have done a chance event, because we don't want to like burn the people all the time like that. So for now, like I think that's a bit better for most people.
Yeah, I mean, we know that the leaderboard events are competitive,
Yeah.
and that not everybody like feels like they have a chance to, even though well, it's very competitive.
It's
Just
very
at the end of the
competitive.
day, yeah. We like there being competition in the game and having competition for strong rewards, but we do want to balance it out so it's not always that intense of a competition. And that's what we're doing here with Warpath and Skull Smasher. And I'm going to add too, I know which bots are coming up, and Warpath and Skull Smasher are going to be your last chance to get gunners for a while. So if you want some cool new gunners in your squad, and I think these guys are pretty cool. You remember they got that straight line attack. I love that straight line attack, going through, softening up a lot of the base. If you want that, this is your shot. So take it.
Cool. Yeah. And they're pretty good gunners. From what I think people have actually seen from the challenge battle, their build is pretty awesome. So I'm pretty sure like people will enjoy them together.
Yep. Cool. Okay. So anything else about the? Did we leave out anything about the rewards? So 60 prestiges.
I don't know like there's what else is in the crystal, to be honest, because I didn't get to.
I can tell you.
Yeah, there.
So it looks like also in the crystal will be.
I think it's scroll down.
Yeah.
It should be in there. Yeah.
Yeah. So there'll also be 4-star shards, 3-star shards, and 2-star shards. Yeah. And again, chance for a 2-star, 3-star, or 4-star Warpath or Skull Smasher, depending on which side you're on. Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. There's also going to be some Spark in there, some Energon.
You can probably show the totalizer because that's where those things are.
Go ahead.
So take part. So the 6% involves like 100 spark, 30,000 alloy, more spark, more energon. So I know people are saying they don't need resources, but trust me, you probably will need after the next weekend. So I mean, they go to your inventory, so it doesn't hurt like to have some of this stuff.
Yeah, HQ 16 coming.
But yeah, it's like a lot of spark. Yeah, I think Hyro was planning on coming too in this stream, but I think he's gonna do the next one. He's going to talk like we're trying to like increase our rewards for the events, and we feel like we should be giving more like spark out. So I think that's one of the start of us trying to do that. But I think it's gonna, I think the plan is to just keep giving more spark and more like good resource for the people.
Yeah, and it's worth saying right now while we're talking about rewards that we know that everybody's not at the level to move up to HQ 16 yet. So we want to continue to give out really good rewards in these events, maybe better rewards than we have in the past to help move up more people to that top level. So don't despair if you're not at the tip top of HQ 15 right now and ready to move to 16 because we're going to be helping you out.
Yeah.
While we're on the event, let's shall we do the thing that everybody loves and read that fantastic dialogue?
Darren, are you ready to bring out your acting chops?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
All right, so this week I've been using the scripts. They've been working so well, but I didn't have time for it this week. So now you get to contrast our horrible performance.
I think today's going to be a collapse because Josh doesn't have his superfluous script. With him.
I'm not going to be able to deal with it.
No.
Yeah, I'm going to fall apart.
He's going to have
All
a
right.
breakdown.
Let's do it. Let's fall apart together, everyone.
Right.
Do you want to start it off, Giannis?
I'll do Starscream. Well, no problem spotting the massive ice crater the Prime Core made when it hit. What I don't see is any Autobots.
So, that's good. Oh, I get to be Skywarp. Cool. Let's just grab the core and go. For once, it's that easy.
Is it? I wonder. In my experience, when something appears to be too good to be true, it leads to a whole wall of pain.
And Thundercracker, there he is. Nah, your tank is just permanently half empty, Starscream. Skywarp's right. Let's get and go while the getting's good.
Fine, you do that. I'll just circle.
Big crater, no prime core. I'm starting to think.
What are you going to do?
I gotta do the T-Rex. What is it? Me, Grimlock, say hello.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Perfect.
There you go. Well done.
Dinobots, under the snow. We're surrounded, and I can't transform.
That's my jammer. Very localized range, but it does the trick. Grimlock, take him.
Oh God, where is it? I can't read it, it's too small. Me, Grimlock, way ahead of you. It's stomping time. I can't read either. Dumb cons fall right into trap.
Not all of us. Incoming.
Go to him.
Oh. What? Only just got clear of that attack run in time. But I lost my grip on the Prime Core. Almost as if it made me do it.
Dum dum dum.
Your loss is my gain. And trust me, I won't ever relinquish my prize.
Oh, crap. And he's gone. Dinobots, cease and desist. This battle's over.
No.
Leave them! Grimlock, stop chasing Skywarp! Grimlock, I said... Oh, why do I even bother?
Yay!
Well done.
All right.
Somebody was asking who designed the Skywarp crystal because it looks amazing.
Ooh, cool. The Skywarp. Wait, the Skywarp crystal?
Wait,
what's
am
that?
Oh no. Sorry, did I miss?
Thanks for the compliment.
What was it? What
I
was
have
it
no
again?
idea what you're talking about.
I'm not
Oh,
sure.
You have the crystals and the bundles, right?
Oh, that's right.
okay.
That's
I'm
it.
like, oh,
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Cool.
Who's designing your guys' stuff at the moment?
Who did that?
Is it
I don't know, it
Alex,
used to
or
be
is it-
Alex. I don't know if we outsource it now, but it used to be Alex.
We're gonna say
Yeah,
Alex.
Yeah, let's say Alex. He's done quite a few like
Yeah.
awesome stuff,
Yeah.
like the event image and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
let's say
that
Alex.
really cool event image that we had for this one. He's
Actually,
doing that.
Skyward was like one of the first ones we did, so he definitely probably did that.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Cool, yeah, does some really awesome art for us. So yeah, the Prime Force saga is continuing and winding down. Starscream has his hands on the Liege Maximo core, which can, of course, lead to no good. All right, cool.
Cool. So I think we have to switch over, in which case you'll get to see us for a little bit. I might as well take this opportunity to tell you guys about our varsity program, which I told you guys about last week as well, I believe. But we're basically doing master classes on game design and game development. And if you guys are interested, intrigued, curious about any of these things, then come check us out on Twitch, twitch.tv/SpaceApeGames. You can also watch it on the Transformer stream because it'll be hosting anyway. So you don't have to learn a new address if you don't want to. But anyways, so on Mondays we're at the University of Greenwich at 6 p.m. But let's get there. And on Tuesdays we're at UCL at 5 p.m. That's GMT. And we've already done one on prototyping and competitive design. So next week we've got game design and teams coming up. So yeah, definitely tune in and ask your questions. There'll be a good portion of Q&A after the lecture. So yeah, I'd love for you guys to join us. And then maybe you can get one of these. Hey, no. Everybody wants these jackets. We don't actually have them. But we do have t-shirts. And if you guys happen to be in London town or near London, somewhere in the UK, and you feel like a road trip, because hey, that's always fun, you can register here. I put the link into the chat. You can register for classes. They are completely free. And it doesn't matter if you're a student of the University of Greenwich or UCL, you can still sign up and attend, open to the public. So we would love to have you there.
And I think our very own Adam K is going to be doing
On Monday, Adam.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely check that out. Your favorite Grimlock is going to. Sorry, Darren. Yeah, he's going to be giving a lecture on game design on Monday. I just heard it. Today we did a run through and it is packed full of really useful insight and information, so definitely come check that out. He's actually writing a book on game design, so he is very knowledgeable. Are we ready, Jonas?
We are ready.
Cool. If you
Right.
guys are just tuning in, we just went over the event this weekend called Lost and Found, in which you can have a chance at Skullpath. I do this every time. Warpath and Skull Smasher. And now we're going to delve into HQ16.
Yeah.
So
Let's do this.
yeah, enjoy. All right, I'm gonna record this as well because then we can put it out later as a video.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Ready, Giannis? This is your moment. Get ready.
Cool. Ready.
So yeah, cool. Let's take a look at HQ16. Here's Giannis.
Cool. So here's the Autobot canvas. You can see it looks like really different to like the previous
Very
ones.
different.
So this is gonna be really helpful for people to know like, oh my god, that's an HQ16 building that they have for the defenses and stuff like that. But of course, that's not the only reason the colors are like that. I think I saw some people in the channel that actually probably picked the reason of these colors. And yes, this is actually the Metroplex colors that we are actually using. It could actually be an indication of what's coming next. Never know, but yeah. So this is pretty much in all its glory. You can see like most of the buildings are different colors, even like the buildings that we usually don't upgrade, like the Combiner Lab and the Space Bridge, the ore harvesters and stuff. You will see some buildings are not upgraded. Don't mind the Power Core Lab, that is actually getting upgraded, just this is an older version of the game I have running. As for the research lab, and the scanner is gonna come a bit later. That's why we don't have them yet. But I'm gonna talk about later why this is the case, and talk about why it's part of the balancing and why you're not upgrading them yet. So this is it. You notice like there is also a power core over the HQ building. As some people know from the newsletter we gave out, now you can equip power cores to the HQ. I don't know if Josh wants to take this. This was his big pain that he wanted to do.
Well, yeah, the headquarters was never meant to do this. It was never intended to do the things that we made it do. But yeah, you can, once you upgrade your headquarters to HQ level 16, and quick question that I saw in there was, what player level do you need?
It's player level 65.
Player level 65.
So I hope most people are. It's like I was trying to find the most common level of HQ 15 players that were max level, but it's because it's also tied to the bots that you level up and stuff like that. There was a lot of variation there, but I think most players 65 I think should be able to do it.
Yeah. So. All right. So once you level up that HQ, it opens up a power core slot. And there are, the only cores that you can equip onto the HQ are HQ specific cores. So you can't equip the universal cores like the health core or the region core. You can't equip those to the HQ, but you can equip a brand new set of power cores that are HQ specific, so HQ cores. And what those cores do is give the HQ its own defensive ability that it uses when bots come close to it. So as you can see, Yanis here has the Omni Flamer equipped onto his HQ. And what that's going to do is, you see the little ring around it, any bots that come close to that HQ, the HQ actually kind of hunkers down.
Yeah. Well, actually, we should show that instead of actually telling about it.
All right, we'll show that soon. And flames shoot out the bottom of the HQ and damage any bots that are close by it. So it gives the HQ its own little bit of defense. That defense is not going to be strong enough to win the entire battle for you, but it's a good way to have that last line. So I know I've played battles and you've played battles or seen your defense where you lose because there's that one bot left that's just got a little sliver of health and he's knocked out all your defenses and then you lose. That's going to be a lot less likely to happen here because once you've got the defense equipped on your HQ, it can be your last line of defense. Which is not to say... Oh, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
This particular core is also quite designed, I think, to help you against like the dead end cap and friends kind of strategy. So when everyone like throws dead end and then gets Springer and Astro Train to help and then a few healers. So this is designed like for everyone that approaching like kind of middle range in order to counter that. But the range is not far enough to get gunners, so the gunners can still like most of the time do it.
Exactly. So yeah, this Omni Flamer core can't hit gunners. The gunners are generally too far out of range. So instead, there's another core that's really better for taking out like groups of gunners that are going after your base, and that's the point defense beam, which is kind of like a beam laser attached to the HQ, and it shoots a beam at a single enemy and prioritizes gunners if they're nearby. And it can even hit airborne targets. So if you've got like aerial bots coming in and trying to bomb your HQ, it can deal a lot of damage to those. And it's kind of a high burst damage but long cooldown weapon. So it really works well against individual bots, but not as well as against large groups.
Yeah.
So that's sort of the balance between the two. You've got the Omni Flamer that's great against groups, and you've got the points defense beam that's great against taking out individuals that are dealing heavy damage.
So probably be nice to show it in demonstration. I'm gonna move the HQ in front because otherwise...
Oh, that's a great base strategy. Yes. Wow.
It's just for demonstration reasons. But I think before I do that, so I'm gonna switch over really quickly to Decepticon days.
Oh, can we take the screen down for a second?
Just a little bit.
Can do.
Okay, cool.
Let's say Decepticon page and then attack between each other so you can actually see what the HQs do.
Sounds good. We're also going to have a trivia question coming up a bit later from our beloved artist Nathan Webb, so stay tuned for that. He said one's easy and one's really difficult, so.
I think you have to give him the title Trivia Master now. He's artist and Trivia Master.
Artist and Trivia Master, that's a good one. Like that.
Yeah.
Ready, steady?
Not quite yet.
No, okay.
Give us just a second. So let's see, HQ upgrade, HQ 16 upgrade. How long will it take?
So it's a 14-day timer for the HQ, and it's a surprise. Like all the other buildings afterwards are capped at 14 days. So we are still doing the same building times as the HQ 15. We didn't think like we should just increase it. Like because it's like felt like it's really long to wait like 20 days with no defense stuff like that. So all the defenses are like 14 days after that. And Devs, you can hit it now.
Hitting it.
Okay, here we go. Decepticons.
Cool. So this is a Decepticon canvas. As you might see, it's quite similar to what it was, a bit like rotated because we were already playing with the Decepticon colors.
Yeah.
So with this. It's
So
still
yeah,
like
as you guessed
different.
out there, many people guessed that it would be Trypticon colors, and it is indeed Trypticon colors. They were kind of the similar colors to the existing Decepticon base.
Yeah.
But when you look at these side by side, you can tell that the purple is
Yeah, it's like
deeper.
the purple is pretty much like lighter or something on the previous one.
Yeah, and you also see a lot more of the green popping out the different features of the defenses. Yeah, it's a pretty cool upgrade. I love the HQ actually. The change between the two HQs is very awesome. It brings out those spikes. A lot of people walk by as we were working on it, and they look at the HQs and they say, "Did the HQ get bigger?"
I mean, this one is bigger because of the whole closing and like opening
that's
stuff.
True. That is
so
true.
this is why this actually does look bigger.
And the colors too really help to pop it out. So yeah, I think it looks awesome.
Cool. So let's demonstrate the cores then and the whole like HQ stuff. So I'm gonna do the flamer on this one. So
Ooh.
I'm gonna attack the other one. So let me move this again to the front. Okay. So let me attack.
Yeah, Decepticons do rule. That is right.
So
I agree with
Some
some other people.
Some people want to lift the buildings. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, they are quite tasty.
Surprise! Yeah, apparently this account hasn't actually upgraded the new saddle to 8 slots, which is one of the big things that's coming for that. So let's go do it now.
So just to make sure you heard that right, you can upgrade your shuttle with the new HQ level, and it will give you 8 slots. So 1 extra slot means all kinds of things. There's so many changes that you can make to your team with that 1 extra guy. So bringing along those abilities you didn't think you had space for. Yeah, I think it's going to be really interesting.
Yeah, I'll talk about like I think the ideas how we kind of balance it a bit later. Like what was our thoughts about like we need to do this in order to cope for the increase of health and increase of defensive buildings. So as you can see, here's the HQ with the beam laser in. As you can see, it's all open, it's like you usually know, but when you get a bot to attack it, when it approaches near, everything closes down, and then it's a beam laser just like zzz.
And I want you to notice that beam laser, that beam is coming out of the spot that you think it would. It's coming out of the antenna or the tower, little antenna thing on the top of the tower of the Autobot HQ. And yes, that took a long time and a lot of effort to make that work, but it works and it looks good.
Huzzah.
Yes. The laser colors are also different for the Autobot and Decepticon, which is another cool thing. Yeah. Yeah.
I just I think spent like a week or something working on this, so
way too much time. But it had to, you look at the HQ and you think, if something's going to attack from this, where's it going to come from? It's going to come from that little antenna at the top, so it had to happen.
It's still, I mean, it's not strong enough to just take a bot down on the first level of the gold core, but if you level it up, it can be quite nasty. But of course we don't, because it's on the HQ, we don't kind of want it to like, just you are right in the end of your attack and it's like you're barely hiding there and the HQ just destroys you. Yeah. So we're trying to balance it, like at least like if one bot, maybe you will be able to finish it off, but if you have a healer alongside, you might be able to win like that.
Yeah, we played around with the balance of that a bit. Originally, I had it I had it dealing as much damage or more damage than the beam laser. So that was a bit too much, and we had to step that down. Otherwise, it felt really unfair. But I think we got it to the place where it is like that, again, that goal of just being your last line. Like, if all else fails and you've weakened the enemy squad enough, you might have a chance with this. And of course, the more you upgrade the core, and if you have the gold core versus the others, you're going to see a lot more results out of it.
Yeah, so now, because I'm lazy, I'm going to actually get Decepticon to attack a Decepticon, because I can't bother to change an account. So this is not allowed and probably gonna end up creating issues, but here we go.
It's gonna crash the game.
So I got a question about the HQ cores. Are they upgradable with other building cores, or is it only upgrade with HQ cores? So you can fuse any other cores into this, or any other building cores into it to level it up. It's not only HQ cores.
So this one is the Flamer core, so this is more of like, it's designed to do like if you have a lot of gunners or a lot of tanks and like some close DPS bots that come around to just get barbecued them in a way. But yeah, this is like just a low level silver core, so it probably, I mean, these are quite high level bots, so he's not gonna do a lot of them.
That's awesome.
Oh, and he has the Micronus core too.
Yeah. But yeah, that's
it looks
the
amazing.
course.
That's awesome.
Oh, and while the Micronus core is out there, it's a good time to tell you that we are changing the Micronus core very soon, so that it will heal every 5 seconds instead of every 15 seconds. And the amount of healing has been balanced according to that. But yeah, that's I think that's sort of the same improvement we did to the region core, and should make that healing a bit more relevant.
Right. Cool. Yeah. So let's move on with other stuff. So let's see what extra stuff you're getting with each new HQ.
Chota Boy says, Yanis is employee of the century.
Yeah, lots of really positive feedback on the HQ, guys, so well done.
Cool.
People are loving it.
So the new stuff you get with the new HQ is you get 1 extra mortar. You get, which was, you could actually see that before in HQ 15 in the upgrade, so we kept that, but we also introduced a new, an extra outpost.
Mm-hmm.
Our main reasoning for this, like this HQ, like the balance is, it's meant to be, you can probably beat it with a good strategy if your bots are around 55 and 56. But that means like there's still a lot of players, there's some players there that are above that level that they will not find it challenging. So the only way we could kind of balance like top players versus top players, instead of increasing the damage and making it possible for everyone else, was to put another outpost in, because that's what makes a difference between a high level player and a mid level player. Like you have like your 5 stars, your level 60 bots, so you get like an extra outpost to give you an ability to have one extra bot that probably could make the battles more challenging in that kind of battles.
Yeah, and sort of again evens it up with the extra slot on the shuttle.
The other thing that we're doing is we allow you to use more the combiner, because the idea because how you can beat this is like you need to have something to soften the defenses. So the health is quite high, so it will be really hard to one-shot anymore. But now, like, you can use the combiner a bit more, because we're gonna, like, the ore harvester, the storage is up to 125 instead of 100, so you get an extra use. And also the harvester by itself can actually store like 60, so 10 more or 13 inside the harvester, and it has a bit like faster production. So that probably gives you like an extra 2 usages of like the combiner than you normally would. The other way we were trying to help you in the offense is, if you notice when I was doing the attacks, now you start with 28 ability points. Before it used to be 24, and I think we're going like 1 up for each HQ, so we thought like we need to give you a bit more now, so you can use like bots like smoke screens, so the finisher bots or the like cliff jumper that actually can soften the buildings before you do your one-shot abilities. So also because 28 is really close to the cap, 30, we extended the cap to be 35 when your HQ 16, so that allows you to get a lot of more like ability points before you reach the cap, and then you waste the remaining ones.
Yeah, like the extra bot, it's a little more space to play around with different strategies. So before, where you might have felt like, oh, if I use anything except my aerial bot ability, if I use anything except these gunners abilities, then I'm out, right? Here you're going to have a little more space to say, yeah, like Yana said, I'm going to use a few of my gunner abilities, soften this area up, and then maybe bring in somebody else to do the finishing off.
Since you mentioned aerial bots, I have to say that I do know that the new HP level of the buildings makes most of the air units a bit obsolete, because you have to be even Jetfire level 69 ability cannot one shot a model that has a power core on. So we are planning on doing power cores for ability increase for the planes, but that's gonna come a bit later. But I mean, we don't expect most HQ16 buildings won't start appearing for another a month or 2 months before people start getting to upgrade the buildings. So that's gonna come over. So hopefully that will not make planes totally obsolete.
And another thing that will come a bit later, because we expect that it'll take a little while for the HQ16 to get rolled out, is adjustments to the new scanner upgrade, which will add in potentially an extra zone, right?
I'll talk to that a little bit later.
Okay.
I wanted to also mention that the other thing we changed, so probably I think a lot of people will love, is that a lot of people are saying, oh yeah, I could do ability level 10, maybe that will help. I actually don't have any bots there. So we reduced the spark cost for ability level 10 for 2 million, that was pretty ridiculous, to 750,000. So it's a 250,000 step from the ability level 9, which is what's it's I think it's 8 is 250,000, 9 is 500,000, now 750,000, which is it's a reasonable increase, and it's not crazy. I think when we did the 2 million was before the game ever launched, so we had no idea how the economy of the game would be by this point. It still takes quite a while to save, but with some
nowhere near as crazy.
Yeah, it's nowhere near as crazy. And as I said, we are going to increase the spark that we give in events, and there's some other stuff that you will see later on that's actually going to help you get a bit more spark each day. So hope that you'll find that that's going to help you. We should also say another big change, 3 stars now can go over 50.
Yep. So your 3-star bots max out at level 60.
Yeah, so this doesn't require an HQ16. It's gonna retroactively happen from whenever you can actually upgrade to research lab to the last level. We know that it's not gonna make 3 stars amazing and stuff like that, but a lot of the people I know, even on the top alliances, they still use 3-star bots. So so you can get more XP to the healers, to Optimus Prime, to Cap. If you have a 3-star in his Cap, I can think that it will just help you in the long run. So it's a kind of I think it was the time to do. The reason why the research lab is not upgraded is because we felt those buildings you're usually getting upgrades. So we feel if you are to upgrade the next one, it would be if we're gonna increase the level cap for 4 stars over level 60. But we didn't think that this is the correct time to do. If you have 61 bots, HQ16 is gonna be meaningless to you pretty much. So we'll see. If we do HQ17 at some point, at that point, we can probably rethink about doing the extra level for the extra cap for those characters. What else?
What else? It's a lot.
Okay, zones rebalance. Yeah. So as you mentioned, the scanner is not upgrading yet at the moment, which means that all HQ16 plus bases are gonna go to zone 13. So this will make that zone a bit harder. So there are a few rebalances that I did in the zones, hopefully to accommodate for that. So at the moment, how the zones used to be, I think the zone 11 was, in all the zones before that, was pretty narrow to what kind of opponents you were getting. It's the power level between the differences that you could get was pretty narrow. But then you go to a zone 12 and it was quite a big difference. You could get HQ 11 bases, and you could get up to like HQ like 13 or 14 kind of bases. And then you go to zone 13, and that was even more ridiculous. You could get like HQ 14 bases, that could be in zone 12, and then you could get all the maximum bases. So what we have happened, and it actually you can see from the recommended things, like I kind of moved a lot of the build, the groups a bit narrow for zone 11 and zone 12 and zone 13. So zone 13 now is going to be harder, and all the other zones are going to be a bit harder because some of the defenses that were in zone 13 have gone down in zone 12. But it should be quite in the same amount of spectrum. So I think you could still attack zone 11 and zone 12 and still get the same amount of difficulty you're getting. Zone 13 is going to be a bit less easy, so you get a lot of the high level bases. And of course, you're gonna now start getting the HQ 16 base. So the scanner is gonna upgrade probably in a few months, when quite a few people have upgraded to meet HQ 16. And at that point, I think we introduce a new scanner, zone 12, zone 14, and then we switch a lot of the people to go to those accounts to go outside zone 13. So zone 13 is gonna be max HQ 15 with maybe some upgrades for HQ 16 and maybe HQ 14 and stuff like that. You also might notice there is some changes in the medals for the caps. So my personal opinion was like the medal difference between zone 11 and 12 was ridiculous. It was like you go from 4,500 to all the way to 9,000. So there was a lot of grind. And there was a lot of people that could actually hit zone 13, but they never did because they had no reason. So now the cap for zone 12 is 8,000, which means more people now will be able to attack zone 13, and that hopefully will allow for more attacks and defenses of people.
Okay, so one last question was, will the max level go up for players? I don't remember about that.
Yeah, it is going up. It's going up to 80.
Okay. Going up to 80.
And actually the rewards from 75 to 80 are pretty good, I think, so we kind of changed those ones too. So
that's right, yeah.
We did do it, I think I remember in the last few days before we were doing that, oh shit, yeah, we need to increase the level.
Deb probably has some trivia questions she needs to get out before.
Yeah, sorry, I think I'll stop here and leave some other stuff for the next thing, and we can probably do some questions too.
You covered a lot, yeah, if you guys want to hop into chat, I'm sure there are loads of questions about HQ16.
Yeah, let me see. When the HQ 16 is coming, I guess.
I've seen that one quite a few times. Yeah.
So HQ 16 is gonna go out next Thursday. So yeah, be prepared.
There was a question about the Micronus balance change of how much the healing would be reduced by. It's not entirely a third. It's not entirely been reduced that much. So a little bit more than that, but in that ballpark, but still a little more than it was actually. When you're looking at entire healing per second, it's a little higher than it was. Yeah. Let's see, what else do we have? Squad slots?
Yeah, it's one of the requests. We might increase it to 10. I don't know, I have I think 5-6 squads that can attack in zone 12, and I have another 3 squads for wars. 9 fair enough. I mean, we can increase it. It's not hard for us to do that. It's just if people want them, yeah, we can probably do it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, there is an ask for squad slots.
People love those squad slots.
Yeah, not against squad slots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can give them all the squad slots you want.
Yeah. If you got the bots to fill them, more power to you. That's awesome. All right, cool. So ready for trivia, and then maybe we'll continue to look at these questions.
Cool. So your trivia question today, as I said, comes from Nathan. You can check him out at We66 Illustration on Facebook. And question the first is, now remember to include your in-game name, HQ level, and alliance with your answer, otherwise you cannot win. So question is, when the Ark crash landed on Earth in the G1 continuity, where did it land? Again, question. When the Ark crash landed on Earth in the G1 continuity, where did it land? Alright. Go for it, guys.
Alright. Where? And more specific than the United States. You know, narrow it down a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We want the name of the place.
Let's see.
So, for example, volcano is not what we're looking for. It's got a
It
name.
is not. People ask you about new combiners. Yeah, you know, maybe. Yeah, that might happen. That might happen.
Might happen.
Yeah,
never
maybe.
know.
It's possible.
Could be.
Could be. Signs point to. Let's see. Will the XP amounts be raised to help free-to-play players get HQ16 ready? So so I'm thinking this is asking about XP for bots as opposed to others. So we definitely have some ideas about how we can get some extra XP out to players in some really cool ways. So stay tuned for news on that at some point.
Yeah, I think for the start we're gonna probably double down on triple XP events.
Mhm.
That's what I discussed with Hyrule, so that's gonna start happening. So, and we have, as Joe said, something extra and cool that I think that will allow you to get more XP.
Yeah, but stay on the lookout for the events, and as you know, all events give bonus XP.
Yeah.
So even the ones that aren't triple XP. But yeah, we'll certainly be doing more triple XP events. Like we said, we know that there are players who aren't quite there yet, and we do want to move you up. We do want you to get into the ballpark and start playing with these new toys.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So we got some winners.
We do almost.
Almost on the way. All right. Let's see what else we got. When can we get multiple bots in the lab? Oh, multiple research slots. That's an interesting question. I don't think we've really discussed that very much.
Because that's gonna be hard to do.
Well, thanks for letting us know that that's something that you want.
And we can investigate, see if it's possible for the economy and also for the technically one, because that's also like quite a big challenge and stuff like that.
Yeah, we'll investigate that one. That's an awesome question, though.
Cool. So we've got our winners. Again, the question was, when the Ark crash landed on Earth in the G1 continuity, where did it land? And our winners, by random choosing,
Oh, we're gonna have to.
were... Oh no, I already did my own stabbies.
Oh, the stabbies.
Darren, you can do stabbies for the next question.
Alright.
Stabbies is when you stab at the screen
Alright.
and pick someone random.
How many winners do you pick?
What?
How many winners? do you
3,
pick?
1 for each platform.
Okay.
So our winners, our first round of winners, is Twitch Prime Carl Snyder. Congratulations to you. Congratulations also to JC Messemt. And congratulations to Dana White. And the answer was not St. Helens, but St. Hilary.
St. Hilary. Mount
Yes,
St. Hilary.
Mount St. Hilary.
If you've never heard of Mount St. Hilary, it's because it doesn't exist outside of Transformers continuity.
That is correct.
I think they made it up to sound a lot like Mount St. Helens, but not be
See
Mount St.
where you
Helens.
slipped up there.
Yeah.
Easy mistake to make. Our next and final trivia question is, now Nathan did warn that this is hard. All right. So, remember to include your in-game name, HQ level, and alliance with your answer. And the question is, the Decepticons had several different bases in the G1 continuity, including an underwater base, a tropical island, and a floating base. But what human-built structure did the Decepticons use to build their mountain fortress? Again, the question is, the Decepticons had several different bases in the G1 continuity, including an underwater base, a tropical island, and a floating base. But what human-built structure did the Decepticons use to build their mountain fortress? Ooh.
Good question from our trivia master.
Yes, trivia master Nathan Webb. I'll pop the link to... I can't multitask. to his site into
All right.
chat.
Cool.
In the meantime, I'm sure there are more cues.
Yeah, looking for more cues. Was there
Yeah,
a photograph
someone,
that you wanted to show?
Oh, there was.
Oh,
But,
sorry.
Jonas, you go first.
Yeah, someone asked like how the alliances wars are gonna be balanced for the new HQ16. So I'm probably gonna speak more detail in the next one. in next stream. But we are adding a new Alliance League in the end of the existing one, even though the names are a bit different. So Cybertron is gonna become Caminus, and Cybertron is gonna move to be a new one. So the Cybertron the Curator is gonna be up to 2 nodes, and then if you go in twice, you're gonna go into the Cybertron again, which is a bit confusing, but we want to keep Cybertron as the last one.
Yeah. So yeah, the Caminus will be kind of inserted in the middle. Between right before Cybertron.
So hopefully that splits the top alliances in Cybertron and gives a bit like, so people now can actually fight in what was Cybertron League and then get the same rewards there and then not have to deal with a lot of the top alliances and stuff like that.
Man, we did so much with HQ 16.
Yeah.
So
like QA wanted to kill me at some point because I was like, we had like a few tickets for HQ 16 and I was like, yeah, we should do this and we should do that, and it's like, we just don't have time to test all this. Like,
yeah, man, it's a big update. It's a really big update. So yeah, look forward to that, everybody.
So let's have a look-see. I did see one correct answer so far. We also want the name. We want the name.
The name of the man-made structure, right?
The name would, the name is desired. However, if we do stabbies and Darren picks one without the name, I may give it to them.
Yeah, but
I've got 2 with the right name so far.
He's doing random selection.
Darren is doing his random selection. He's going rogue, everybody. Watch out. Have you picked one from each?
So from all of our different streaming.
No, I've got one from Twitch.
Okay, cool. Do you want to do random stabbies on Giannis' screen for a correct answer?
If we see one, yeah.
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 Okay, so.
Okay, there you go.
Oh, hang on there. No. Oh, dude, you could have had the prize if you just weren't so honest.
Why? What?
You said like,
I had to Google it.
That's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah, of course it's okay.
How do you go back?
Oh, he's gone. Too late.
It'll be sad.
Oh, sad times. Yeah, I don't care how they got the answer.
Okay.
As long as they have the answer, it's fine.
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where else
let's
did
keep
you get
going.
one from? So Facebook, Twitch,
and the YT. Josh, do you want to stabbies for YT?
Yeah, it's right here. Or why don't you take care of it?
I can't get over there.
Yeah, no, go on.
All right, here we go. There.
Here we go.
All
Here we go.
Nope. Oh, this. Yep,
cool.
right there.
Can you just copy paste that and send it to me?
I will do.
Because otherwise,
And,
no one's gonna get
one.
anything.
Yeah.
No, they're gonna get this prize. You will definitely get this prize.
Right.
And
I got another one from.
We got one from Facebook.
Yes.
sweet, yeah. Send them to me.
Too extreme.
And this is one from Twitch.
Excellent. Oh, they're all over the place. Okay. You guys can announce your winners. Wait, actually,
Yeah.
first of all, let's do the answer.
Okay. So the answer to this question was Harrison Nuclear Plant. Harrison Nuclear Plant.
Hey.
Yeah. Incidentally, my nephew's name, my grandfather's name, Harrison.
Harrison.
Yeah.
Ah.
Harrison. It's a good name.
Okay. It
It's a
is.
very good name.
Good name. I've known one Harrison ever. It was a friend of mine's boyfriend.
He was a
Harry-
good guy.
Ages ago.
Harry is close for Harrison, right? Isn't it?
Is it?
I don't know. You have to ask Harry about
So
that.
we've got, yeah, Q8 Harry.
He's not sitting there anymore.
Oh yeah, he
We
doesn't
let
sit there
him.
anymore. He left. But I don't know. Is his name Harrison? I'm not sure.
I think it's short version. I don't know.
I don't know. It could be Harris. It
Harris.
could be Harry.
It could also just be Harry.
No idea.
So who are the winners?
Yes. Who are those winners? Okay, so you got some from which channel?
So for Twitch, we've got Burnout 73.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
For you had one from
Facebook, it goes Nico Hara Harrison.
No, just Nico Hara. It's nice.
Ah shit!
Harrison is,
Not be paying attention to
is
this.
the answer. All right, and from YouTube we had Ultimus Nubilis. Ultimus Nubilis.
Ooh, fancy. Okay.
All right, congratulations to our winners.
So all you guys, was that 3?
Yeah, that was 3.
What am I missing?
I don't know. We'll make sure we get it though. So I think
Did you give me 2, Darren?
No, I gave you 1.
So we only did 2.
No, we did 3.
Yanis had 1.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, send that to me.
Yeah.
I did send it.
Did you put it in?
It's
Okay.
a too extreme.
Oh,
Oh,
I see.
different channels.
channels.
All right, great.
Congrats, everybody. Yeah, we will definitely be back next week with more fun and games and to talk more about HQ16.
Before we leave, today is a special day. Today
It is a special day.
International Women's Day.
Correct.
Is it not?
Bam.
And there they are.
There they are. Yeah, not congratulations, but happy International Women's Day to everybody. You can see there's us female space apes. We all got flowers today, which is really nice. It's really nice when you get up, go to work, and then there's flowers on your desk.
Yay.
So yeah, thank you, Space Ape. We're very pleased to be at a company where there's lots of chicks, to be honest. It's
Yeah,
great.
it is great. It's,
Yeah.
it's really nice. I mean, I
John,
wish.
John, super creepy. It's really nice.
No. In terms of inclusion, and hey, I've worked in this industry for a long time, and
Keep
there's a lot of
digging.
dudes. You just work with dudes all the time, and that's no good. Game industry, you
You
need.
hear that? Yeah.
You need women. You need women to work in this industry. You need women to bring their voices, their opinions,
I
their
agree.
ideas to this
Yeah.
really too heavily male-dominated industry.
And I'm very loud and shouty and opinionated, so I think I'm exactly what Josh is looking for.
All right.
But yeah, thanks so much, guys, for tuning in. We will see you next week. Thanks for joining us, Darren. Look forward to another super boring story another time.
I will aim to place. See you tomorrow.
Bye, guys. See you next
Bye,
week.
guys.
See ya.
See ya.